Why is it every other fucking day I have to deal with assholes like you? I was letting the rest of the app trash your ass on a fucking daily? Nah, bro. Not this time. Shelp7 came out with a very emotional and vulnerable video about her experience with sex trafficking and that she was a victim of sexual violence at a very young age. And you had the fucking audacity to come on this app and tell her to stop posting emotional breakdown videos. And then to add that if you were a lesser person, you wouldn't have taken advantage of her vulnerability. You fucking did. By posting this comment, you absolutely took advantage. And then when she called your ass out, rightfully so, right here, you have the goddamn nerve to tell her to get off the app and seek help. Who the fuck are you? And then victim blame by saying she can't heal unless she stops indicting all men. She's not indicting all men. She's indicting your fucking statements. And you can come back at me saying I'm too pissed off, that's fine. But I have 3 daughters. Get the fuck off this app.
If you all were wondering, all I did was type in my name into TikTok and I'm showing you all the list of shit that never has context that people love to respond to. Not one full video of any statements I've made. But let's go ahead and get into this one.
Why is it every other fucking day I have to deal with assholes like you?
You don't. You can simply block me and move on. But as a word of caution, if in any way you feel like you have to deal with me every day, then it ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
Is letting the rest of the app trash your ass on a fucking daily? Nah, bro. Not this time.
That's because all the app can do is trash. They can never actually logically rebut any of my arguments. And this video just shows as proof that you ain't no different. Like I give a fuck about trash, and I'd have to care about them that much. And newsflash, TikTok is not a real place. Nobody give a damn about y'all little high school reunion where y'all come and shit talk about somebody because y'all ain't got no real friends. Wouldn't none of y'all say it to my face, and we know that because y'all wouldn't even jump in the live and say it to me virtually.
Shelp7 came out with a very emotional and vulnerable video about her experience with sex trafficking and that she was a victim of sexual violence at a very young age.
And then you, without any verifiable evidence, believed the shit. Side note, do you actually think it's healthy for people that have been victims to emote to the general public? This is what we have therapists for, and even therapists will advise their clients to keep these types of matters private. By you supporting her releasing this type of video, you're essentially telling her to open herself up to verbal attack from other people that she does not know. And of course, you're gonna sit here and try to grandstand like you care about her mental, psychological, and emotional well-being.
You had the fucking audacity to come on this app and tell her to stop posting emotional breakdown videos.
That didn't take audacity, that took common sense and compassion. I told her I would also suggest not posting your emotional breakdowns. Were I a lesser person, I might have taken advantage of this vulnerability, but I'm not. Yeah, that's sound advice. Some people don't give a shit and make fun of people like this. Some evil people out here that might have taken this type of content and posted it so as a way to continually traumatize and haunt her. So I posted my comment in all caps so she could take under advisement whether or not it's a good idea to post her psychological breakdowns on a social media app, that of which may open herself up to future attack by other strangers and relive her alleged trauma.
Then to add that if you were a lesser person, you wouldn't have taken advantage of her vulnerability. You fucking did. By posting this comment, you absolutely took advantage.
I would love for you to show up to a live one day and explain the logic behind me taking advantage of somebody by telling them to keep themselves safe. Just how exactly was my comment taking advantage of her vulnerability? If anything, my comment told her not to emote in public so as not to be vulnerable to complete and utter strangers.
Then when she called your ass out, rightfully so, right here, you have the goddamn nerve to tell her to get off the app and seek help. Who the fuck are you?
I'm the complete and utter stranger she decided to tell her business to. You already have taken advantage. I was a child. There is literally nothing I could have done. This proves your dress modestly theory wrong. Number one, my dress modestly theory was applicable to teenagers and adults only. Parents should be dressing their children. And even in that case, those parents should be dressing their children modestly. So my comment didn't prove my dress modestly theory wrong. It proved her inability not to stay on topic. When nobody talking about children ages 12 and under. But because she's so triggered, which means that she has clearly not dealt with her issues and healed from them, she couldn't manage to stay on the subject matter at hand. Kind of like you.
And then victim blame by saying she can't heal unless she stops indicting all men. She's not indicting all men. She's indicting your fucking statement.
Well, she can't. Saying we live in an RAP3 culture, which is essentially an indictment of all men's sexual proclivities, will not help her get over her past alleged trauma. That's not victim blaming. That's just incentivizing her to perhaps take another route to her recovery.
You can come back at me saying I'm too pissed off. That's fine. But I have 3 daughters. Get the fuck off this app.
Or what? Settle your tone down because you ain't gonna do shit. Secondly, for the daughters that you have that are 12 and under, do you dress them immodestly? Or do you dress them in a sexual fashion? For the ones that are teenagers, do you advise them to dress immodestly? Please tell me you tell them they can dress however they want. If you do, you may want to reassess your ability to protect. Because one of the criteria for male predators that look for female victims is the way females dress. So tighten up, Dad. But in all honesty, you didn't slang any types of defamatory statements at me, and I can tell you're passionate about your views, so I'm really not mad at you at all. I would actually prefer that you show up to a live and stand on your assertions. Let me know what you come up with. Bars.